All right, 12 by 12 canvas. I've got white gesso on there, and we're gonna see what we do here. Okay, so I have talked in other videos about, maybe a motivational speech. I'm sure I've done that once or twice. And my whole go out there and be the change you'd like to see in the world. And I've kind of had this realization. I've had this realization probably a few weeks ago, maybe more than that. But when people say, you're pointing one finger at one person and you're pointing three back at yourself. Well, I kind of have come to this place where I understand that if I'm talking to you, or like my friend Pickle, or Greasy Meatloaf, my dog Q, or poor man, sorry, he's a man, not a child, all of my people, my eventual ex-wife, I preach a lot. I'm a preacher, right? But what I've come to realize in the big picture is that for every finger I'm pointing at you saying, hey, you should do this, I'm telling myself 3 times, right? So when I'm telling you to go out there and be the change you want to see in the world, I'm telling myself as much. And what I found, and this is my whole, you can go back to there's a video I did on customer service, and the idea of thank you for calling and have a great day, right? When you're working in customer service and you're talking on a phone, you're answering that phone, you represent the company when you pick it up. First impression. Thank you for calling, how may I help you? Thank you for calling X company, how may I help you? I worked at a hotel once and they're like, oh, I want you to say, how may I direct your call, right? So I did that for a couple, literally an hour. How may I direct your call? And they're like, can I talk to the front desk? I'd like to make a reservation. Okay, I can do that, right? And what I found is, how can I help you is better than, how can I direct your call? Oh, I'll direct your call right back to me. And so, as I used to work for a tech support company, and I did customer service training, tech support training, and that was one of the things that I always kind of tried to drill through their heads. Thank you for calling, and have a wonderful day, have a fantastic day. Because have a good day, but when you really think about it, good is just mediocre. You want to tell your customer to have a fantastic day. Have a significantly better than average day, right? Anyway, so I've come to a place where that's been kind of my mantra, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word. Have a great day, have a fantastic day, have a wonderful day, have a way awesome day, right? And that's because I'm trying to convince myself to have a fucking awesome day. And it's that a whole thing that you can't, what is it they say? You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. And sometimes you just have to change yourself before you can change anybody else. What is that? Jordan Peterson, clean up your fucking room. the old saying, you might want to clean up your own backyard before you go knocking on your neighbor's door. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh, that's a crappy color. This is going to be wonky. So, oh yeah, that was really wonky. That's kind of what I'm saying. So, you know, it's like I'm sitting here talking to you, telling you about how you can launder money through selling art for X amount of money. Yeah, I want to do that. I'd like to be the artist in that scheme because it's totally legit, but it's more that I'm trying to get myself to a place where this all is part of the process and I can look back on it and tell stories once I finally accomplished that endeavor, and I'm on to my next endeavor, telling more stories about how I started painting. Because Greasy Meatloaf painted me a painting once. If you go back into my old videos, you'll see a painting of Buckethead. And Greasy Meatloaf painted that for me for Christmas. And it was one of these things that he had painted something for someone else. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. I want one. And so I was like, I want you to paint me a painting for Christmas. And I'll paint you one. And that's what kind of got this whole thing started. So I wanted to paint something for my friend Greasy Meatloaf on Twitter. And so after a while, I was like, well, I'd read this whole Twitter thread from this guy talking about how to make money on Twitter and all of the things, and he was talking about, you know, what's the point of having 10,000, 100,000 followers on Twitter or Instagram or whatever if you're not selling something. If you're not, I mean, if it's you just want the attaboy points, you can get your attaboy points, I guess. But it's like, are people really that shallow? And I mean, I'm sure there are. And so I was like, well, I'm going to start painting a painting. So it started as I was going to paint one painting to have a new painting in every video that I made. And I was like, well, I can do that. And as this whole me talking about politics thing kind of went its course, I kind of realized that I like all of that, but I'm not Tim Pool. I'm not Luke Rakowski. Those guys really have a want. I want to say lust, but I don't think that's not the right word. But they have this thing that they're very good at doing. Right? And so I kind of just had gotten frustrated with the whole thing. And then I was like, you know, I've been painting all these paintings, and I set my camera up, and I was like, well, I came up with it. I had already had the easel, my contraption, shall we say, if you want to call it an easel. By the way, I tell stories sometimes. I don't always remember the stories I'm telling. My hope is that you just like to listen to me talk if you've heard the story or you just want to see the artwork. Anyways. So, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just start painting. Because that feels like more what I want to do anyways. And to be honest, if I'm being honest with myself, my whole plan in life was to keep working, buy a house, get a place where I can have a garage or a workshop, like a detached garage or a fucking basement or a extra little something where I could paint. And it's one of those that life happens and then you kind of just don't think about those things. And as an artist, I'm a little bit of got my own insecurities. And so talking about politics is easy, really, if you want to really look at it. It's really easy because you just go on Twitter and what's everybody talking about? Oh, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, insurrection, whatever. And you comment on it. It's like super fucking easy. And you just have to make a comment. It's not like I'm Tim Pool, and not that Tim does like massive amounts of research, but he likes to pride himself on at least getting it right. And I just didn't feel like that was my thing, but I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to stop making videos. Because Jaspreet Singh of Minority Mindset, he's like, YouTube's a great side hustle. It's just going to take you 10 years to really reap the fruits of of your labor. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I wasn't going to give up. And so I transitioned into this. And it's been like, I don't feel like it would be hard. I would sit there and I would talk about politics. I'd make like a 3-5 minute video. Bing, bang, boom. But I didn't have my heart in it, right? I didn't have my heart in it. And so I just would make a video. Sometimes I would go to the gym. I would come home, record the video. Or no, I would go drop my daughter off at her, to get to school. I'd come home, record the video, edit it, and throw it up in like an hour, right? That's the dedication I had. You know, Tim Pool literally sits there fucking all day long. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of the things, right? And it just kind of was like, I made the first video and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not talking about politics. And then I realized I will always talk about politics. It's just you're going to get it through the veil of painting. You know, Gary Vee says you can have the most narrow fucking shit, have this like super narrow view and create content around it. People will watch. If you've made it this far in my ramblings and wanderings with my brain talking about whatever, it'd be really rad if you hit the like. It'd be super rad, like ultra rad, ultra mega rad, ultra mega rad. Yeah, no. It would be ultra rad if you hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I would really like that. See, and here I am with my paint knife again. I'm going to try to do this whole thing with one paint knife. And that wasn't even my thought going into this, but now that I'm here, I feel like I should. Then I'm going to fuck it up and have to use a paintbrush for something. Or another paint knife. So yeah, this is the journey that you're going to have with me. You know, life's a journey. That old guy that yells at people and calls everybody cunts. He's a motivational speaker. He's like, do you think life is a journey for the fucking Trump kids? No, it's a process. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I'm sure that Hunter Biden what's his name? The young one, Barron, Barron Trump, I'm sure, is going to turn out to be super well adjusted because he has a process and never got to have a journey, right? And I understand his position. I get his point. He's a hot shot billionaire motivational speaker that calls everybody cunt and tells them how much of a bunch of fucking pussies they are because they can't be cool like him. And it's just like, dude, I don't care how much money you have. I'd rather shoot myself in the face than to have to be an asshole like you. He makes a good point, though. You know, he's like, money can't buy you happiness, but money can buy you a lot of other things that can help you. You know, he's like, if happiness for you is feeding children in fucking third world countries, being a billionaire can help you do that. So money can at least help you help others, right? So I understand. It's just I don't feel like you have to be a total douchehead to get there. And maybe you do. Maybe that's what the difference of a millionaire and a billionaire is. And maybe I would be okay with being a millionaire. Be okay with that. If I don't have to be a dick and call everybody cunt. And it's like Gary Vee says, people making 70 grand a year, making content, living within their means, doing what they want to. I can do that. This whole process has been a process. It started with me wanting to buy a bunch of property in Montana, have a potter's, like live in my little potter shack, making pottery. I'm still going to end up there. I don't know if I'll be making pottery. I probably will. I'm going to have my garage here pretty soon. Hopefully that all works out. I don't know why it wouldn't. So being positive. Because when that works out, you guys get to see the next step. You will get to see the next step in this artistic journey of mine. You're just going to have to subscribe and hit the notification bell to find out, because it's a secret right now. But that next step is going to be fun. I've been waiting for it. I can't wait to share it all with you when I start moving in that direction. It's going to be painting, more painting. I do have to say that if I can get myself a MIG welder, I might start doing a little of that too. I feel like there's something not right here. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay, let's go. This is what I need. Little sap. There it is. There it is. All right. So yeah, as you watch my videos through the years, you will get me preaching. I'm preaching as much to you as I am to myself. In fact, for every preach I'm preaching at you, I'm preaching double or triple back at myself. I'm trying to be a better person for myself and my family and all my peoples, my bitches. And it takes, it just takes a step by step. You got to go do it. So, like I'm saying, you got to go do it. I'm doing it. I'm trying. I'm getting better every day. Getting better every day. So if you've made it this far, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. If you comment, comments are good. You can tell me what you think. And go out there. See, you go out there, pointing 3 back at myself. Go out there and be the change you want to see in the world. And have a fantastic day.